What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of OPO5 goodness here. So this is a game I wanted to just do some commentary over, because at the very end you're going to see the importance of double checking board state and understanding what is happening, because it can cost you the game. So we're gonna go ahead and go in here. We're gonna mulligan our first hand. This isn't really what we want to see, but you know, the sim and its shenanigans, but we do draw into the 1-cost Bello Searcher, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that out there. We already have the Fire Fist, so, and it's the Fire Fist from OPO5, not OPO3, so just so you don't get confused. And we didn't have anything else we could do since we can't swing, so we do have one Dawn open, but being red, that could, you know, be a bluff for a guard point or something. They're going to play out the Fukuro here, which is fine. It's a turn 2 play for black. Can't remove it with any card effect, so it is what it is. I have to do a lot of decision making on what to actually play, because this is a deck that I have still relatively new to playing, but we do 1k the Sakazuki, the leader, so that way just swinging the 5k for free, you know, it does force them to either have to give us a 2k counter, or actually 2 cards, 2k and a 1k, or just take the life. But it is early game, so they're just going to take the life. The carousel we thought was going to be helpful, but they do 3,000 worlds it to the bottom of our deck, and from here we're on 6 Dawn. So the decision here is, you know, what exactly do we play? The Inazuma is cool. If you have a board set up, you can play it out, use the leader ability to discard a Revolutionary Army type card and everything. You can do Revolutionary Army type cards and trigger cards with trigger and give them 3k power, up to 3 of them. So, but we are going to play the Katakuri out. Even though we can't get rush off, we can go ahead and look at our life. And here I make the decision to keep the 2 Dawn up just for counter events if we need it. We do have them down to 2 life at this point. They're going to play the Borsellino, bottom deck our card. They're doing a lot of board control right now. We drew into the Sanji, the blocker, so never bad to draw into that. You would prefer to see it off a life, but you know, it's not like Brule where it hurts to hard play it. Playing a 4-cost 5k power body does allow us to have a body to swing with if needed. Here I'm just trying to figure out Dawn allocation and how I want to go about things. So I am going to swing 8 on the leader to either force out the blocker, cards from hand, you know, typical things. We do get the blocker off the board, which that Fukuro is very annoying, so the sooner it's off the board the better. We're going to pass over after playing down the blocker Sanji, and at this point we do want to kind of just build a board where we can effectively use our leader ability to pitch a card. They're going to swing 5 into our leader. We're going to take, and the trigger isn't relevant here, so you know, it's whatever. They play the Zeph down and return the Sanji to hand after reducing the cost with the leader ability on swing. And then they're going to play Rebecca and recycle this Fukuro. I wasn't aware of this play just because I've been a little bit out of the loop, but it was what it is what it is. We do take the Katakuri off life and draw into another blocker Sanji. We're on 10 Dawn, so we're going to go ahead and try to get this Fukuro off the board, but they use the blocker Rebecca to keep it active. And from there, I mean, we have a large hand. We have a lot of counter in hand as well. Not as much as we'd like to see, but we're going to reduce this Borsellino by 3k, bringing him down to 5, I believe. And play out the blocker Sanji. I'm not sure what my line of thought was here. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. I'm trying to set up to activate leader ability. So we're going to pitch our last Revolutionary Army type card. We're going to swing 7 with Inazuma because it gained the rush. So basically that was just to facilitate to try to get a body off board. They were either no, well, they couldn't have given us the blocker that turn because it was already tapped. But yeah, getting that Borsellino off the board, that bigger body, I think was worth it. They do have the Zeph, and if the Zeph makes contact, we do risk losing 7 cards. Or no, they're gonna have to mill 7 cards. That's the way Zeph works. That's right. But even then, we really don't want them building up resources in the trash. But more than anything, it's just a big 6k body that can send back a 3-cost or lower, I believe, to hand. So they're going to get rid of our Inazuma there, and they're going to swing 6 on lead. And we're going to take, we get the Gang Beige, but we're not going to trigger. We'll just keep the 2k in hand. And now we're sitting with nothing but yellow cards, which means we have no Revolutionary Army cards to facilitate our leader ability. But we are lower in life, so we do get the Rush ability here with Katakuri. And from there, we're going to, I believe, swing 7 and 7. But they're going to 2k out there. We're going to swing 8 with Katakuri. So, and they're going to let the Zeph go. Honestly, would have done the same. The blockers are more important at this point. So, and remember this Borsalino. This Borsalino is the bane of my existence. They're going to reduce cost by 2 with the Great Eruption and also draw a card. And then they're going to reduce us 1 more with the Sakazuki swing. At which point we're going to 2k out with that Gang Beige that we did not trigger, because there was no point to triggering it at the point of getting it off life. They're going to swing 8. We're going to L Thor out. L Thor was active for the plus 2k because it's like a reverse Rad Beam. Your opponent needs to be at 2 or less life. And from here, I'm just figuring out exactly how we're going to play out this turn, because we're still stuck with no Revolutionary Army type cards in hand. So we're going to swing on the Borsalino, and then once more on the Borsalino. Basically, we're just going to try to clear the board where we can. They give us the other blocker, and we're going to play out our own blocker with some Dawn Up for counters, because we do have the Sovereignty, which is a plus 5k counter. We have the Arrow, which is negative 3k, but they are going to get rid of our blocker with the combination of Suru and Hound Blaze, at which point they swing 8k into our Katakuri and reduce the cost by 1, so he's now 3 cost. We're going to hit him with the Arrow event and reducing by 3k, so that we don't have to waste counter power. They're going to do 6k. We're going to 1k out with the Cracker there. There's no point. At this point, Cracker is really not going to have any utility. We do now have a Revolutionary Army card drawing the Koala off top deck. And it's kind of like, do we play it, or are we going to utilize it for the 3k boost? But the only thing that would get the boost is the Koala. And I'm debating on playing the Cracker out or keeping it for counter power, but we're going to go ahead and swing 7 here and get the Cracker out with 3 up for counter events with a 2k in hand as well. We're keeping the Koala in hand just in case that's our only Revolutionary Army type card, so we can utilize the leader ability here. And aside from that, they are on 10 Dawn, but they only have 3 cards in hand and 1 card in life, so things are a bit even. Our board is a little bit more built, so to speak. We are going to save the Katakuri there, because if we can survive this turn with as many bodies as possible on board, there's the chance that we get to go for game. But then they play down this Rebecca blocker, which doesn't feel good at all. Because now they have 2 blockers, which means essentially we need 4 swings in order to, close out the game. But we did draw into another Revolutionary Army type card to be able to discard for leader ability, and I'm trying to math out what I need to swing here, hoping that things land. We're going to swing 5 to get a counter out of hand, and then I believe we're going to swing with the... We're just going to swing another 5 and ping. And we're really trying to bait out the blockers at this point, which we do with that swing there. We get the Rebecca out of the way. And then we're going to swing 7 with Cracker. They're going to take the last life. And this is where the mistake happens. I completely forget that they have Borsalino on board. And so I'm like, oh, I have game. There's no way for them to counter out. And they just block it. And at which point it's like, oh, I don't have Dawn Up for any counters, like counter events. I have no counter in hand. And they dawn up. They're going to throw another one on Suru here. They're going to dawn up for 7. And we're going to take our last life, which was a 2k counter, but it makes us just a little bit short. And though we probably should have won this game, it is GG's. Again, I wanted to showcase this game just as a reminder that you always need to check your board state. It felt really bad playing this game. I was just running some beta testing, and I thought this game, you know, I got to the end there and I was just like, oh yes, I got it, and then I swung, and as soon as I swung, I saw the Borsellino again, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is my downfall here. So yeah, just a quick little game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like the video down below, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you can go ahead and press that too. We put out One Piece content pretty regularly here, and if we're not putting out a video, we will be live streaming more on the channel, so make sure to keep a lookout for when I schedule those, and so you can be able to come join us in our playtesting endeavors and forever coping that Isho is a good deck and trying to break it. It's kind of the current goal right now, but we are going to be doing some more playtesting with other decks as well. So until the next one, I will see you later. Bye.